Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com, and today's customer service video question of the day again comes from Quora, and the question is, why are chatbots replacing customer service when they are often frustratingly inadequate? Okay, so some guy comes in here and argues that they're not really that inadequate and you just got to use them properly. Yes and no. I see where they're coming from, but really, why there's such a temptation to use chatbots to replace customer service people, which isn't happening everywhere. It can't happen everywhere. It won't happen everywhere. But why it happens in certain spaces is because of the way that a lot of these businesses think about customer service and and not just customer service in general, but the people working in their customer service department. I'm talking about the big conventional organizations, the ones that I speak rather poorly about on here all the time, and that is deserved. I'm talking about the idea of customer service agents as an NPC. NPC, those aren't familiar, I've talked about it a lot. I've written about it on my website. I'll put a link in the description here. It is a non-player character. It's a video game term. Think of the computer-controlled enemy character in a shooter game, or the little orange mushroom guy in Mario Brothers, whatever. The bad guy, often a bad guy at least, but it's not a person. It doesn't think, it doesn't plan, it doesn't make decisions. It follows a script and it follows a program. If this, do that. If this, do that. And these conventional businesses run their customer service departments that way. They take people, any people, it doesn't matter who, someone that has ears and a mouth and some rudimentary piece of equipment in between there, doesn't have to be much, plug them into machines and give them a procedures guide that tells them if customer asks about this, do that. If customer asks about this, do that. If customer asks about this, do that. Then they give them a list of scripts. If customer asks about this, paste this script. Customer asks about this, paste this script. It's the same whether it's chat, phone, email, anything else. They're not thinking, they're not planning, they're not making decisions, they're not acting as human beings at all. They're acting as a piece of hardware running a program that someone has written for them. And obviously, if you've ever dealt with one of these people, or if you've ever dealt with one of these chatbots, as this guy has, we'll get to that, you'll see how frustratingly inadequate that is. Because you'll ask a question, and the question won't be on his procedures manual, so he'll find the closest thing, and he'll read something that doesn't make sense. I had an issue today with something I ordered from a company. I'm not going to call them out because they're usually pretty good, but had to get on their live chat because I ordered something that was supposed to be delivered today. It hasn't even been shipped yet, that old thing. And got on the chat, and the guy's talking about, he's just pasting this script over and over again. I understand. What did he say? It was something like, I understand your feelings about this, or something. It's like, forget my feelings, I want my damn order. And then he pasted a script about canceling the order. It's like, don't cancel the order, dummy. That'll make it take even longer. But he wasn't thinking, he wasn't planning, he was reading off of a script. Not to say that anything against the people working in these jobs, that they couldn't necessarily think or plan or make a decision or do this work on their own. They absolutely could. I'm going to argue that they could do a much better job, run more intelligently, especially with people in the Philippines, which this guy apparently was. People I work with, great customer service people in the Philippines. But anybody, no matter how good or bad they are, if they're just following a program and reading off of a script, they're going to be terrible. That guy's probably super frustrated working in that job, but it probably pays him a lot compared to what he could get at home, so he's working there. But so why are chatbots replacing these people? Because of the way these people are run. They're being run as a piece of computer hardware, a thing that if this, do that, if this, do that. And something like a phone call, it's still hard for them because the voice recognition thing is kind of shitty, and the voice synthesizer, and nobody wants to talk using their mouth to a computer. The thing can't keep up yet. They'll probably get there to some degree. It's still, I'm not saying it's a good idea, but with something like live chat, it's words appearing on a screen. A computer can do that. A computer can do that very well. And a computer can at least acceptably scan through what a person types, pick out keywords, and paste a random script or not a random script, but a script from a list of scripts based off of a procedures manual or a program. Now, is it going to do that? Is it going to provide intelligent customer service? No. But the NPC person we're talking about here isn't providing intelligent customer service either. Maybe a little bit, because he could probably a little bit better at understanding context and choosing the correct script to paste. But as long as it's just pasting a script, it doesn't matter unless your question is something very, very simple that can be scripted. There are a lot of things that can be, to some extent or another, scripted. There are a lot of things that can't. If you do things right and you prevent the easy, dumb, bullshit problems before they happen in your business, most of your customer service interactions are going to be people with real issues. Things that can't be scripted, things that can't be copied and pasted, things that can't be handled by an NPC, whether that NPC is human or chatbot form. And in that world, you try to put that in there, it's going to be frustratingly inadequate, as you say. Now, if it's just like some bullshit thing and you get a lot of dummies, hey, what's your website? Here's our website. What's your return policy? Here's our return policy. Fine. If you want to do that, really, I think just an FAQ page or some sort of thing where you make the information easy to find is better. Why would I want to have a little typing chat with some dumb computer program other than just novelty's sake if I can find the information faster and more easily somewhere else? I wouldn't. So that's why in these conventional businesses, a lot of their customer service agents, their NPC agents, are being replaced or will be replaced with chatbots. It's the way they think of customer service, that they're not looking for intelligent people who can solve problems. They're looking for obedient people who can follow the program. And to some degree, they accept the fact that their service is not going to be as good as it otherwise could be. But at least it's consistent, at least it's predictable. I don't necessarily always agree with that. I definitely don't always disagree with it. There are things to be said for either one. A corporate middle manager is going to look for consistency. He's going to look for things he can put on his PowerPoint slide and show to his boss. He's not going to look for the best possible customer experience, because honestly, the best possible customer experience, like this guy, who already answered the question, basically said that customers don't want a great customer service experience. They want to never have to talk to customer service at all. And in a conventionally run big business, if you're, say, running customer service and you believe this and you go in there and you fix a bunch of problems so customers don't have to contact you about a bunch of things, you're cutting your customer service complaint volume, ticket volume, request volume, whatever you want to call it, way down. So from the perspective of an intelligent person running a business, that's great. From the perspective of a middle manager running or working in a customer service department, it's bad. It means you have too many employees now. It is inefficient. But you don't want to just simply fire all the employees. Then they give you a smaller budget. Then they don't need you to manage the managers underneath the other managers who manage those managers, and you're managed by some other managers. A lot of these layers of managers, possibly including you for suggesting this idea, can be eliminated. And they will. And they should. But selfishly, people don't want that. They want to continue on as they've been going and as they've been doing. And you could put a line item on there. You could put a thing on your PowerPoint slide if you replace NPCs that are getting, say, $10 an hour with a robot that's getting paid, a couple cents electricity an hour. It's cheaper, and you can say, therefore, that you're saving the company money, and you might get a slightly bigger bonus for yourself, but really you're not looking at the big picture. You're not looking at what would actually improve the business, the profitability, or even the customer service, but really customer satisfaction, because like this guy said, and I agree with him, customer service is not the goal. Having people never have to deal with your customer service is, and often should be, the goal. So that's my answer to this question. Why are chatbots replacing customer service when they are frustratingly inadequate? Because the way customer service is run in these businesses is almost as frustratingly inadequate. And if it's much, much cheaper and only slightly worse, I guess you could say, but still bad, middle managers will make that trade-off to save the money to get themselves a bigger bonus. So that's my answer. I'll wrap this up here. Like I said, I will link up that NPC post that I wrote in the description here so you guys can see that. It's on my website, 8020service.com, where I write about customer service things a lot. Also here on Quora, if you're watching on Quora, I write about customer service a lot there as well, and business. If you're watching on YouTube, you can find me on Quora. You can find me on the website for more of my writing on this stuff. And as always, I do one of these videos every weekday on a customer service question. So if you have a question, if you're on Quora, ask me on Quora. I may answer it here. If you are on YouTube, leave it in the comments. And again, may answer it here in a future video. Otherwise, I'll wrap this up, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video.